YouTubers, this is Bruno from the Bruno Experiment. The main reason why I'm gonna start this podcast is because I feel like I've always needed to be able to express myself, and I haven't really been able to because of just I haven't really had much time, and I haven't really made much time for it because I am in school balancing this out with some work that I'm doing. And so I really haven't had time to do it, but now I do have time, and now I do want to start doing these videos and shedding some light on some issues that I just see day to day, and problems that I see, plaguing the public. And a lot of these problems, stem from thinking and from just being mindful of it and understanding that people have thoughts, people have their thinking. Issues are mainly that are issues of education, educating people on the dating scene. That's the first one, educating people on the dating scene in America and how it sucks to be a male here. A lot of people don't know we live in a very feminized society. Just trying to get a date, trying to go out with the girl is, it's like a job, like my friend says. It's a task, and it sucks, I mean, I'm 24 years old, and I've only been out in America. I've only been out like 3 or 4 times, max. And, well, actually maybe like 5 or 6, but that when I started, when I was like, I think it was like 20 years old when I was in college, so it really hasn't been that many. And it just bothers me, and it plagues me every day that I have to deal with this, going to school. And I'm not saying I'm Brad Pitt, I'm this most handsome guy in the world, but I'm not the ugliest guy in the world. I know that. So I'm just going to talk about the dating scene here. I want to shed light on the behavior of women, on their interactions with men here, where I live. This is LA, Los Angeles, in the greater Los Angeles area. In my experience with dating foreign women, I've gotten the chance, and I've been fortunate enough to travel and to date foreign women here. So I know the differences between the two, even though people try to tell me there's no difference, which is very, it's very crazy because I see it every day, I see the interactions between American women and American men, and then the interaction between an American man and foreign women that are couples. So I can see these two dynamics, and it sort of, this sort of thing plays my mind because I'm always thinking about it and understanding that, when you see a couple and they're having an argument over something stupid, 9 times out of 10, and I'm not being biased or anything about it, it's with American females, and that's just one of the topics I'm gonna do. I'm also want to definitely talk about some of the qualities that are different, between American women and foreign women. And another thing, a big thing that I'm into, and is the political correctness in this country. You can't say anything bad about it. You can't mention that this country, it has problems, and a lot of sociological problems, and just in general, people have to be silent. They can't talk about things that are wrong with this country. You gotta just pretend that you live in Disneyland all the time. And that's not really a way to live, If you can't talk bad about this country, you sort of live in a dictatorship. And it's a dictatorship that you can't see, but it's there. It's there out in the open, and people don't talk about it. And so that's something that I want to get into, is talking about this hidden dictatorship that we have here, where you have to be politically correct, and When someone's fat, you can't fat shame them. You can't call people out on their bullshit, even though you know what you're saying is right. That's another one. And, we used to have very great principles in this country, Before political correctness existed, we had great principles in this country. We had very great principles, principles of honor, respect, very family-oriented principles. Now everything has sort of gotten washed away, washed to the side. People are becoming more degenerate. I see women now smoking more. Women going out there and having sex, not staying at home. And I'm not saying the men are any better, but this is the problem: is both the men and the women are just disconnected from that family-oriented fundamentals that we've had and that we've grown in this country, and we've sort of gotten away from that, and that has created this disaster. This disaster here, where it's like this country is sort of on the downslope of things. And other things that I'm going to talk about are our educational system here. Our educational system promotes what I like to say promotes silence, doesn't promote critical thinkers, doesn't promote people that are going to go out there and be entrepreneurs. It creates dumb people. And part of the reason is, liberalism. Liberalism kills free thinking. It creates thought police. It creates an obedient populace that doesn't talk about, and I'm not talking about right or left, I'm talking about liberalism. The art of shutting down free speech and shutting down people's ideas and people's imaginations that we have. That's the liberalism that I'm talking of. And it's more so that it has gotten really bad within the past 30 years. And when I say the educational system, that's at the pinnacle of it, but you can say the media has gotten very liberal. You can say, our entertainment is very liberal, but, mainly when you're looking at all this, you see that it's a discombobulation and that everything is sort of falling onto itself. And that's one of the main reasons why I'm doing this channel, is because I just want to talk about all these things that are not being talked about, because I see there is a problem and it needs to be said, and that's the main reason why I'm doing it. And it's like, have you ever felt bullied before? Have you ever felt like someone was taking advantage of someone else, but you didn't do anything about it? Well, that's how I feel. I feel like someone's being bullied and I need to take care of it. And I'm the person that can, because I have the eyes to see this. I have the eyes. There's certain people that have the eyes to see it. You may be one of them. You may feel like you see this on a day-to-day basis. You see how hard it is for a single guy to get a date in America. You see how hard it is. You see those things. But yet you don't speak out about them, even though you want to. Because if you speak out about them, then you get ridiculed, then you get bullied. And by that, and it's not by just one person when I say bullied, it's by multiple people. So this is the reason why I'm doing these videos, is because I'm that guy that's going to stop that. I want to stop that from happening. And I want to get people's minds to open and be aware of it. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I'm going to be making videos once a week, starting off. So once a week, I'm just going to put a video up. Mainly the topics that I discuss, but it can be other stuff that I have. That's on my mind. And Bruno Experiment is basically is just my ideas that I have in my head, but also your ideas, because everyone that's like-minded thinks alike. And what drew you probably to this video was you probably had the same thought, so you probably found my video because you were in that same thought process to where you wanted to find that video, so you found it and you found me. But yeah, these videos are going to be mainly about the dating scene. That's a big one that I want to discuss here, and a little bit about politics too. I won't try to get too much into that, 'cause it's a disaster too. But other than that, it's just once a week, like I said. And if you have any comments or suggestions that I do, this is my first video. Forgive me if it sucks. It probably is gonna suck. But I know I have to do this. I have to start off somehow. And I can't just keep putting it off until till like next year. So this is what I'm gonna do. And if you have any ideas or for next videos, let me know, and I'll create it and I'll make the video. Alright guys, first video. Alright, peace. If you have any comments, like I said, message or subscribe too, and rate and comment. Yeah, rate, comment, subscribe. Alright, I'm out.